Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we are back again with another rank up video, and yeah, since exploring Act 6 there is certainly an abundance of resources to a point where even tier 4 class catalysts are becoming an issue. Now earlier today I was just randomly taking my mojo up to rank 3 as a 5-star and I realized I am struggling with some class tier 5 CCs to a degree, sorry, tier 4 CCs. Partially affected by that, but also partially taking a look at my tech roster. It is relatively one of the more shallow classes that I have. I think tech and mystic are the class I need to work on, because if we take a look at the science class, in between maxed out 5 stars and rank 2 6 stars, I'm sitting at 7 champions, skill class as well 7 champions, mutant class 7 champions, cosmic class 8 champions, mystic class is only 4 champions, and so is only tech class right now. So it's quite evident that these classes need a bit more depth, at least in my roster. And then I started taking a look around at my tech characters. I have recently taken up Mysterio and Dr. Octopus to rank 4. I haven't made that in a video, but I did it using the 3 to 4 gems I got from exploring Act 6.4. And I figured I might as well check out the techs and see what they have to offer for me. As you can see, when it goes to 5-star tech champions, I have like all of them that are available in the game. And so basically, if I can't find anything that I want to rank up here, there simply isn't enough many great tech champions. And that is one of the things that I noticed. Even though tech class has some really great champions such as Ghost and Sentinel and Warlock, they are not the deepest kind of class with exceptional champions. There are a lot of duds in tech class, unfortunately. Now I could take my Iron Man, Infinity War or Ghost to rank 2, but I think I'll stand by that for a bit. But instead of doing that, for now, I will end up taking up Mysterio, because I like his niche bits of utility and there are some fun interactions. Now Mysterio by no means is a perfect champion. He has flaws. I have mentioned previous times how much I fundamentally dislike the feeling that you kind of get punished to a degree by using his abilities, and you definitely need to prioritize quite hard when using this character. At the same time, his level 1 has interesting damage reflection, level 2 has interesting interactions with the heavy attack and 100% ability to phase the attacks, and then there is that access of poison, which is kind of like the final thing that tipped me over with Mysterio, because when I looked at the champions that I have ranked up currently, only one of them as of rank 2 6-star, which is Black Widow Clairvoyant, is capable of delivering poison debuffs relatively easily. And poison is a quite scarce ability, like to be used as in like frequently and easily to spam. Like Black Widow Clairvoyant can access small poison debuffs easily, but even those that do not do too much damage. The most kind of prevalent poison champions in game probably would be Dr. Voodoo, which is a Mystic class hero, and Man-Thing, which again is Mystic class hero, and I'm currently struggling a bit with Mystic tier 4 CC. So I kind of skipped past them a bit, and Mysterio is where I landed at. Now I do know that there are some other champions that can inflict poison, for instance Archangel, but it isn't like easily readily accessible in many situations in the fights themselves. So anyways, all of that kind of taken in consideration, the fact that I do have a lack of champions that inflict poison debuffs, I do have a lack of tech roster, in particular tech and mystic roster, that kind of means that we ended up going with the Mysterio. And additionally, I had some expiring tech tier 4 CCs that I had to use, because there were only a couple of days left, didn't want to let them expire as well, so it all kind of like added up, made sense, and that is what we just did. Our Mysterio is rank 5 now. So first things first, I'm just gonna try like a generic fight against Winter Soldier, then I'm gonna try a bit more interesting fight against Winter Soldier, and then we're gonna go and have a bit of fun in Act 6. So I'm not running Suicide Masteries currently. I have added some synergies here and there for Mysterio. Okay, there I made a mistake. There was no need for that heavy attack. So for those of you who do not know, the Mysterio works with these poison gas counters. Basically finishing your combo with a medium lets you get this counter. Unfortunately, I just skipped time. And you can stack up to 3 and they make your abilities more powerful. In this case, we can see that I chose to use them on poison, which is activated by heavy attack. And that ticked for a decent amount of damage. So I'll drop a poison again, 856, not bad. Now I saved up to level 3 because level 3 is how Mysterio unlocks quite a lot of his damage, which is another thing that I'm not too big a fan of. But in many fights you kind of won't even really need to. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the idea that you need to get level 3 to get that big damage burst. But it does work, and it does definitely give quite decent boost to Mysterio. And now once that passive fury kind of effect is active, I'm able to deliver much stronger poisons. We can see 3.5k, and I hit for quite a bit harder. So I should be trying to be more aggressive in this state and do more full combos while I have this thing active. Unfortunately, it expired before I managed to apply another poison, so I'm definitely not playing Mysterio here in optimal fashion or form, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So I do have 3 counters active. Once again, I can go for level 3. Now this level 3 increases my damage on regular hits, I believe by 200% or 150%. And it also increases the potency of my poisons by quite a bit, so that's very important in this kind of situation. So I have 2 counters. Let's bet out that level 2. It's gonna put me to 3 counters, no problem. Going for level heavy attack, another big poison, wonderful. And I got hit. So there I only had 2 counters, but my attack boost is about to expire, so I figured it's worth to throw the heavy attack. And I messed up again. So I'm on 3 counters for maximum duration. And that is a bit annoying ability, because you can't get more than 3 counters by any means, and if you use your abilities they consume all of those counters, and then you kind of have to start building up from the beginning. But either way, let's just see how hard we can. Well, medium crits, no suicide masteries for 9k, it's definitely not a bad amount of damage. And that poison heavy crit for 20k, not bad. Let's just drop that level 1 and finish it off. Now Mysterio does have some interesting tips and tricks and up his sleeve, obviously, as a master of illusions. So he did like 109 hits. I definitely could get it down by quite a bit, I feel. But there are a few different ways how to play him, and obviously being Sinister 6 member, he has some bonus abilities against Spider heroes as well, and the bonus ability is that he can prevent evade if Spider-Man are under poison effect. So that can be quite handy, and also there is a synergy that lets him extend that ability to all hero champions. But I wanted to showcase an interesting piece of utility, I suppose. You can get with Mysterio. No, that would be throw the level 2, and now while the level 2 is active, he cannot hit me. Like, I'm guaranteed to phase, but we messed up here. I think the best way, the most damage you can get in kind of like a short burst out of Mysterio is to build up to level 3, then quickly build up to level 2, and basically go from there. So you can try and do that for a bit as well. So I'm gonna drop in a poison just because. So I'm at level 3, let's drop that, and then my goal's kind of going to be to get to my level 2 as quickly as I can, drop that, and then start spamming heavy attacks, I feel. I've never really tried it myself, so I have no idea whether it will work or how it will work. Winter Soldier might not be the best place where to practice this, because his special attacks do take a while. Okay, so now that we have dropped a big level 2, I'm completely safe. He can not hit me so long as that level 2 gas is active. So let's go for it again. Oh, I only had 2 counters there. And you have to be careful by doing this trick. But I'm sure we can practice a bit more and incorporate it in a decent kind of like playstyle. So now let's drop that level 2. Let's build up some charges. He doesn't want to cooperate. Can just drop some heavy attacks there. That also, thanks to Invisible Woman's energy, builds up a bit of power for us. Yeah, let's try and actually phase as many hits as we can. We got like a bar of power back, so it's kind of interesting. It's a bit niche. It's like a, well, it's something to play around with for sure. So we did get a whole bunch of power back. We can spam another level 2 for fun. So we certainly do seem to be getting quite a bit of power like that. But yeah, so that's just like another neat trick he has. Definitely the best damage output you can do is relying on your poisons. Okay, that was my bad. Didn't have level 2 active there. When it comes to awakened ability, Mysterio's awakened ability is kind of like Symbiote Supreme. It's nice to have. It gives me that auto generating of my gas, poison gas counter things, but it's not really needed also. Mysterio is perfectly viable 6-star to take up to rank 2 as well. But yeah, now that we've messed around here a bit, we can go and check out how this is going to look in an Act 6. Now, there for safety, I will add in Heimdall synergy. But there was this node that I definitely wanted to check out. reflection training gas, that's what we need. We don't need this because we're not going to be phasing anything, I think. And I wanted to add in a Heimdall for kind of like a good measure. So you can see whether we can cheese the gimme thing a bit. So first we need to fight this Deadpool. I'm gonna bring in, suppose, Visionarchus. Visionarchus should be good, right? Yeah, let's bring in Visionarchus, see what happens here. This fight might take a while, sorry about it, guys. Uh-oh. How my parries seem to be just completely missing the mark lately. Anyways. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Let's just deal as much damage as we can. Build up to level 3 now. Get my Fury buff. So now it should be starting to do a good amount of damage. Especially with next level 2 more than likely. And I wish Visionarchus was never quote-unquote fixed. That would have been so much better. Okay, so now we're starting to hit harder because we got that big Fury. Have more power gain, which is wonderful. This one isn't going to stick for very long, but it's fine. And I messed up. That's all I know. Very, very sloppy play. Until level 2 from Deadpool. Jesus. Jesus indeed. Should have probably just brought in Spider-Man stealth suit to begin with. Well, there we go. At least that's finished. Let's go and check out that Mysterio level 1 cheese thing. Whether it will work. So the plan is get 3 gas counters, drop a level 1, and then get hit in the face quite hard. Take a lot of damage, and then hopefully reflect it back. So I'm at 3, it's actually fine. Need to wait out the power sting, I feel. Okay, so let's drop the level 1. So now, whilst this reflective gas thing is active, any damage I take should technically be reflected back when it expires. And it did not work because I recovered my health, but didn't count as a heal. So he took no damage. So let's try it again. I mean, he took the damage from Mysterio's ability, but... Okay, so this triggered Heimdall thing as well. Yeah, it doesn't really work with this gimme node, unfortunately. Hey, it was worth a shot. Still kind of a decent way to distribute damage a bit differently. But I think I'm just gonna quit out of this one now. All that being said, I'm sure there are quite few different places where Mysterio will come in useful. And another thing that I definitely do like about Mysterio is that passive heal block he has on his 4th light attack. Because that is the kind of like only easily accessible actual passive heal block. Yes, there are infections, but infections don't always work, especially if opponents have many buffs. or there are Archangels and Neurotoxins, but obviously opponents can't be poison or bleed immune. So Mysterio's passive heal block is just kind of like a really solid way to ensure that it will always trigger. It's reliable and consistent. But yeah, all of that being said, we are going to be pretty much done with the video. With our new rank 5 Mysterio. I don't even know what sig he is, probably like 40 or 20. 40. Yeah, I'm not going to sig him up for now anyways. But let me know what you guys think about Mysterio. Any kind of piece of content I should be checking out using this guy. All of that being said, huge thank you guys for watching. And if you did like the video, then hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons. And I'll catch you guys soon. See ya.